my nigga Dom. TruPlayaz, let's go. This that TruPlayaz shit. We gon' make it live with Big Dom. How they gon' knock TruPlayaz shit? We gon' take it farther than beyond. This that TruPlayaz shit. We gon' make it live with Big Dom. How they gon' knock TruPlayaz shit? We gon' take it farther than beyond. We ain't holding no punches. TruPlayaz, we live, homie, no frontin'. Always talk about something. So taking over, you know that the wait is over. That in your face commentary is fire in the show up. We talk about sports, finance, and relationships. TruPlayaz.
What's good, everybody? It's your man Big Don coming live now to another TruPlayaz podcast episode. I do apologize for the late start. We had to do things on the fly. We had to change our subject on the podcast over this, that, and the other. I got my brothers JoeyG, Ricky Brown on the podcast today. We're going to talk about the top rap groups, top collabos. I'll let the brothers say something before we get going.
You already know what it is. Ricky Brown, Dead Fred 821. I'm in the building. Go Mets.
Really? That's how we're gonna start it off. Already with the Subway series. What we want to do? Bronx against Queens. That's what we're gonna do.
Hey, look. If we got to take it back to the Juice Crew and BDP.
Ooh. We get off to a great start with following the groups and stuff like that. And as we see JoeyG get busted down with his brew at this time of night. I wish I could join him.
Hey.
Hold on. I still could get my nips right now, you know. I still can get my nips. Hold on.
I can't do nips right now.
Shout out to Fairy Child.
Nips is not me right now.
Definitely.
When I say nips, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen, you got the Bacardi.
BLAQ.
Yeah, you know, Remy Martin went to Remy Ma, and then Bacardi became Cardi B. Like, are these liquor companies really not fans of rappers? Is that what that is? Like,
wow.
They're willing to sue for their name. I'm telling you, willing to sue for their name.
Even Smith and Wesson. Like, if ever there was a way to sell your guns.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, you know, the title's still the same on YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta change that. For some reason, I don't know why it didn't change. Change everywhere else but YouTube. I'm gonna change it right now, fellas. See, we gotta do things on the flip flop because you know.
Le flop.
Escoshka. Yes, y'all.
They're originally from Brooklyn. You know what it is? Now that you mentioned it, I remember back in the day, I used to come back home from Union High School, you know, come back from home from school and shit. And I was always trying to get on the UHF channel 47, watch flavor videos. Remember that shit?
Wow.
Yeah.
How could I forget, bro?
Bobby Simmons, Stuff the Sonic.
Yep.
You talking all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
Now, okay. So now let's get down to business. If we're gonna talk about the top 5 groups before we get into
Video
the collab,
box.
If we're gonna talk about the top 5 groups, we can sit up here and argue about everybody else on the list, but I'm gonna tell y'all, like I did with Rakim as my number 1. I don't want to hear no arguments about my number 1 for groups because they started this. They had the wordplay. They had the back and forth. Nobody's touching the Kings. Run DMC.
Oh,
okay.
You gotta give it up to them. Groundbreaking, and just revolutionary I mean, there was rap before Run DMC. There was rap long before Run DMC. But
and the first rap rock combo.
Yes. They made it a thing. Now, after that, I put EPMD as number 2, Wu-Tang Clan is number 3, Boogie Down Productions is number 4, and Boot Camp Click is number 5. Now, I say Boot Camp Click because Boot Camp Click is a conglomerate. You got a lot of groups in Boot Camp Click. You got Helter Skelter, you got Black Moon, you got Warranty, you got Black Moon, Helter Skelter, you got Fab Five, you got OGC, you got Rusty Chucks, Cocoa Brothers, Smith and Wesson, and in fact, one of their cuts is on my top collaborations, which is Soundboy Burial, because a lot of people weren't listening back in the day. They think that was just Smith and Wesson on the track. That was Smith and Wesson, that was OGC, and that was Black. Well, technically Buckshot was just a little bit at the end, but I mean it was all of them on the track. It was a Boot Camp collaboration track. Go back and listen to Soundboy Burial, folks.
Yeah, how about, I know what me talk about another group that we recently you guys probably forgot about, Fushnikins.
Ooh.
No.
We ain't got nothing to prove.
Right. I could do anything better than you.
And
can we rock?
Don't forget,
right.
we represent Uniondale. You strong, Uniondale.
Leaders of the new school.
Busta Rhymes. Dinko.
And in my humble opinion, and I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this out there. Dinko is, in my opinion, another one in that list that with Inspector Deck and MC Ren. It was my humble opinion that he outshined the home group. And that ain't no disrespect to Buster or Charlie Brown. Milo wasn't much of an MC. He was the DJ. You know what I'm saying?
That was the very beginning.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about those first 2 albums. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, as far as the evolutions as MCs are concerned, I mean, Dinko is still a beast. Hey, check out his YouTube channel. Like, the dude is still a beast. Like, it's not a game. And I mean, Charlie Brown still has his flow. Say what you want about him, he always had a flow. You know what I'm saying? But and then come on now, Buster, the catalog speaks for itself.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But in my humble opinion,
this last album that dropped.
But look, out of everybody that was in that group when the group was current, it was Dinko all day, in my humble opinion.
Not to
back then. I could agree with you on that.
And then, like, it for me, it just seemed like, and again, this is no disrespect to everybody else over in Leaders of the New School. It seemed like Charlie Brown was purposely being extra, trying to outshine everybody else, and it seemed like Buster was being a character, trying to tell Charlie Brown, look, sit your ass down. And that's what got him noticed, and that's what got him put on. That's what it felt like to me. But I'm an outsider. I wasn't in the group. I mean, I heard the stories about them, getting physical right before going on stage, holding their mouths because they got bloody noses and busted lips. But they still perform. They still got that money.
It's a new experience to go into that field and have a clash of egos. You want the spotlight, you want the popularity. There's a little bit of power in there. It's a push for power. I get it. Yeah.
And then not only that, not only that, there's a lesson for anybody that wants to do a group thing. The group has to have, has to share their vision. The group has to share that vision if they're going to move forward.
True.
Because they didn't get past the inner mind's eye. In fact, they technically didn't make it to the inner mind's eye. They had shot the video for International Zone Coaster, and by the time the album dropped, it was already split up. It was already done.
Yeah. Hold on, fellas. I'm just doing some, some fixing because apparently we are not on live. So.
Oh, we live?
We live?
Yeah.
On YouTube, but
yeah.
Nothing else. So I guess this is just a YouTube, YouTube production, I guess, because I don't see it on the other.
Yeah, I see you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not on the other.
You popped up in the comments.
Oh, okay, I got you. But anywho.
So now that's my top 5 for groups. Okay, Run DMC, EPMD, Wu-Tang Clan, Boogie Down Productions, Boot Camp Clip, and I got Outkast, Juice Crew, Method Man and Redman, and Wu Syndicate. Wu Syndicate. Oh my God! Like these dudes make me realize that it takes more than just a flow. Because when I tell you that they was the hottest thing that came out, that I think that was at 2001, maybe. I forget what year that was. I think it was 2001. I think it was right before 9/11. But that year that they came out, mind blowing album. And when I tell you that it went wood in the hood, Pharoah said it best. I went wood in the hood, like. How did that get slept on? And yet that what was that elementary school BS that I'm going down baby, your street in a Range Rover, that Nelly BS that came out that same year. Like how was that what was popping? And we heard
because it was more commercial.
Because what?
It's more commercial.
A commercial wasn't the word. Commercial wasn't the word.
I'm trying to be politically correct.
Not on TruPlayaz podcast.
We have no time for that, fellas. Sorry, guys.
I'm trying to be race orientated.
America.
But yeah, like I said, you guys remember we used to come home from school, we watched flip videos and all that stuff. I did not know nothing about boot camp. I knew about Black Moon and Coca Brothers / Smith and Wesson. But I didn't know nothing about Helter Skelter until I watched flavor videos.
Mm-hmm. The name of this shit is Flor Le Fly Escoshka. Yes. yes, y'all. OGC Helter Skelter is the best, y'all.
What was it? Do you remember the Bush Babies?
Of course I remember the Bush Babies. You remember the Ghetto Boys?
Yes, I remember the Ghetto Boys.
Hold up. Does anybody remember RBL Posse?
No, that I don't remember.
Now that was a group from I think they were from Houston, but the first time I heard Mystical was on an RBL Posse track. It's a track called "I'm Coming."
Right.
We forgot
about that. We forgot about Master P and his whole squad.
No Limit.
Right.
No Limit.
Oh yeah, No Limit was a powerful group too.
No Limit came out like Wu-Tang Clan did.
They really did. Except No Limit was never the group. No Limit was the conglomeration.
Yeah.
Right. It was a conglomeration and it was self. That's all their money together. They put their money into their marketing, their money into their people's.
And
Not to
you know
mention the
what?
movies that they did at the time.
Thank you, thank you. And the big thing about No Limit is that they were self-contained. They were a self-contained record label.
Right.
And in a time that was
That's
post
what Wu-Tang
TLC,
Clan originally wanted to do.
in,
Right.
in a time period that was post TLC, because remember what happened with TLC. You know, hey, ladies, you just won the Grammy. You're the best-selling women's group of all time. And these chicks was like, we broke. Let me explain points on the album. We got 3 cents from 1 million albums. That means we got $300,000 to split 3 ways. After we pay back our advance, after we pay our studio time, we ain't got no money.
Can we talk about how can we talk about how that was the biggest screw job ever? Well, I ranked them and New Edition the biggest screw jobs out of both.
Yes, Aqua Funk. But you know what though? At the same time with New Edition, they were kids. They honestly didn't know any better. They really didn't.
Right.
Jeffrey Watts.
What's up, Jeffrey? Aqua Funk, what's up?
Okay, guys, in the comment, let's hear it. Your top 5 groups. I done ran mine down. Number 1 is Run DMC. I don't want to hear no arguing. They laid it down. That was the foundation. It's like Rakim is my number 1 MC. Yeah, nah, we ain't doing this tonight. But now we can argue about the rest. Number 2, I got EPMD. Number 3, I got Wu-Tang Clan. Number 4, I got Boogie Down Productions. And number 5, I got Boot Camp Click.
I'm still saying the Fat Boys.
Ooh, Jeffrey Watts put it in Outkast. Look at that.
Yeah, you know what?
Outkast,
you know what? Didn't I
say Outkast?
Outkast, Wu Syndicate, Red and Meth, and then Juice Crew. You know, like that, just to round it off on my top 10. I'm running after a 2-year-old.
Jerry threw up Ghetto Boys.
I threw that out there
Ghetto
too.
Boys.
I threw out Ghetto Boys and RBL Posse.
Hmm?
For anybody that remembers that old school Houston, that original Midwest, down south, H-Town funk.
DJ Screw.
No, we're not going there.
Right.
We are not going there.
Right.
Okay, so Jeffrey, so you remember RBL Posse, right? I'm coming. The track that they had out there with Mystical back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, we mentioned that Lunatic Fringe, Run DMC helped Aerosmith reach the rap fan base, and vice versa. They helped bring Run DMC into the rock fan base. Because all they did was rap the original lyrics to Walk This Way. They didn't really change the lyrics at all.
Nope. So, who's my top 5? I gotta put Run DMC. You gotta put Run DMC. You gotta put Wu-Tang up in there. Number 2 for me is Wu-Tang. Ricky, you put in EPMD. I don't think EPMD was that high on the list. I'd probably leave them out of the top 5, but they're probably number 6. But I got Run DMC, Wu-Tang. I'm gonna put. Who can I put? Because I don't have many groups. Run DMC, Wu-Tang. Why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden? You gotta put NWA. Gotta put NWA in there. NWA. Yeah, I can't put Lost Boys with EPMD though. Even though that would have been a great versus Lost Boys against EPMD. What you think?
Nah, I'm thinking Not that it's gonna be a straight up slaughter, but I'm a put Lost Boy. I'm putting Lost Boys on the sideline for that competition. It's not that it's gonna be a straight up slaughter, but yeah, no.
The locks. Oh, there you go. I got the locks.
Okay. Could agree with that.
So I got EP. I got Run DMC. Hey Judy, miss you too, Judy. So
you fixed it now. You on Facebook?
Yeah, I fixed it. I fixed everything. So
okay,
we on all three platforms. On my regular Facebook page, my TruPlayaz podcast Facebook page, we on YouTube as well. So this week I got Run DMC, I got Wu-Tang, I got the Locks. You really got me thinking.
Shit.
Oh wow,
there's so many errors.
my man Lunatic Fringe took it back to Rapture.
What do you say?
With Debbie Harry. Don't front. Look. Even if you don't know who Debbie Harry is, you know the song Rapture.
Yeah.
Rapture.
Oh yeah, don't forget. I gotta put Trap Call Quest. Trap Call Quest.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
What's my fifth one now? Jesus.
That's not a group.
I know that, but I gotta think. You gotta think hard though. You gotta think hard. I mean,
there's Korean Jesus. There's Black Jesus.
But do I get away with putting Outkast in the top 5?
Yes, of course.
Then I gotta put Outkast top 5.
The only reason Outkast did not make it into my top 5 is because of Boogie Down Productions.
Oh, I forgot him. See, when I think of Boogie Down Productions, I think about KRS-One.
Well, see, in all honesty, it started off as KRS-One and Scott LaRock, and then it became D Nice, and then it became the group Miss Melody, and it became a movement. And when it came to Boogie Down Productions putting music out, eventually it was just KRS-One because Scott LaRock was gone. So there was no more conglomeration or whatever. So, I mean, the TR-808, D Nice. I mean, dude had a flow.
And I guess EPMD and Lost Boys be on the second tier of groups.
I liked EPMD because they had a way of contrasting each other. To me, they were the anti-Run DMC. The way Run DMC kind of flowed off of each other, EPMD didn't really flow off of each other, but somehow they made it work. Like they found balance in their whole thing. Like they really found balance in how they presented their work, their pieces. In my humble opinion. What about Anthrax? I mean, they did their thing with Onyx, you know.
Oh, we forgot about Onyx too, but you know what it is about Onyx? The catalog ain't as long.
No. Onyx has a catalog, but I mean, they're very one-dimensional. And that's why I didn't go with NWA, because NWA was very one-dimensional. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you look at it back in the day, we had Poor Righteous Teachers, we had Public Enemy, we had all these rap groups that were conscious, that said, we got problems with authority, we got problems with the police. But NWA were the first ones to come out and say, fuck the police. And when they did that, like everybody's jaw dropped. Everybody's jaw dropped, because it's like they really went there. But then when you picked up their album, all it was Dope Man, 8 Ball. It like they were very one dimensional, and that's no disrespect to them. Like they were MCs. You know what I'm saying? They could rhyme, and they could put together.
Right.
They could actually put together a composition. They showed that with Express Yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, they were very one dimensional.
Right.
But let's get back to EPMD. Before we get into collabos, EPMD had a collabo with somebody, which turned to be a battle within the song.
Ooh, Uncle L. Uncle L. LL Cool J is the only dude that could jump on your song, diss you, and make your song hotter. Like,
And I'm not gonna lie to you, he put EPMD on the map.
He did. Shoot the hostess off your cowboy pants.
Ripper, the master, the overlord.
Playing MCs like an old accordion.
People forgot that LL. You know, that was the LL that we all knew growing up.
Yes.
Wasn't on the battle. He was battling everybody in the song. You know, he'd be like, "What I do?" You'd be like,
If anybody out there is confused why LL ends up in so many people's top 5, go pick up radio, listen to it from beginning to end, and find every guest MC appearance he did between Radio and Bad. That'll let you know why he's on people's top 5. Because if you were there back then, you know that he was that raw rhymer. When Biggie and Snoop came out, you know, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, the big deal about them is that they could stand in front of you and talk about you and say, you know, you wearing your Mets cap with your Thundercats shirt and your glasses, and you got an unshaved beard with some blue headphones on. Like they could break you down in their rhymes. You know what I'm saying? That was LL back in the day. LL is the only person that made Fat Joe walk off the stage on stage battle.
You mean lean back?
I am not lying.
We
just wanted you to lean back, Joe. We didn't have to walk off.
But you could see why people were disappointed. You could see why people were disappointed LL during that cannabis situation.
Of course, because they know L's potential. they know L's potential, and to be honest with you, he went back to that with Rasta and Pasta, but by then he had already put out Ripper Strikes Back to get at cannabis. But see, he had to go there with Rasta and Pasta because you heard how hard Wyclef came with it.
Oh, Wyclef came at him hard.
Wyclef came with it hard.
Licking lips, licking lip, and licking Leo.
My man threw out more L's than Kumo D ever did in his entire career. Like Kumo D got 5 songs where he breaks down what LL could stand for. Yo, Clef did that and did like outshine that in one verse. In one verse.
People forgot. People slept on Clef. Yo, everyone thought Clef was out of his league, and then you saw him drop "What's Clef Got to Do with It?" You'd be like, "Clef, I didn't do that."
Yeah, don't mess with that little Haitian kid.
Me being a fellow Haitian, we know how we could be. Well, we've been brought up to the forefront. When we try to lay low in the background, you call us out. We're gonna come with the thunder, the beat, the voodoo dolls, and all that shit. We don't hold back nothing. We come. And you'd be like, "What the fuck? I didn't mean to say that." Yes, you did. I mean, we could keep going on you. You know, I grew up in that atmosphere, man. You know, you guys been to my house. You know, if someone start getting on somebody in my house, you know, I get.
My man said, "Who souped you up to do the record in the first place? It lacked taste. You get the gas face like third base. LL stands for licking Leo, or licking labels, licking limes, or licking labels underneath the conference room table." Like, yo, wait, hold up, Clef. Is you still mad over Lauren? Like, calm down, bro.
Clef go at J too?
Huh?
Clef go at J too?
J who?
Jay-Z.
Not that I remember. I don't know.
Oh, he did a track.
He did?
Yeah, he sure did.
If he did, I don't think Jay-Z responded to him.
I don't think he responded to him though, but he was Wyclef came for him or some shit.
I'm about to say he did a song with Jay-Z, didn't he?
And I heard, I remember, YouTube. I was seeing some shit on YouTube back in the day. If I wish I could look that up.
Yeah, you know what? There may have been something subliminal because there's, we don't find out about it until 10, 20 years later about the subliminal disses. Like the whole song Is That Your Chick was about Nas and Carmen. Like the song was talking to Nas about Carmen because Jay-Z had, did what he did with her. So like their whole issues and rivalry, because when Jay-Z did that Summer Jam performance and he did that takeover freestyle, he just ended it with Ask Nas, he don't want it with Hove. And then he left the stage. Like that was the end of the song.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually heard Take Over, that whole last verse was dedicated to Nas. Like, well, you know what? I done opened the can of worms now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
Nas is actually the only person that he went after. Like literally, this is the guy I'm going after. Jay-Z was the only one that went after Nas in that fashion, where it was like, that's my target. I'm going after him. Anything else, it wasn't really. I don't think there was anybody that he came at like that.
No.
With the pure intention of battling, like I'm gonna battle him and I'm gonna bury him. I'm gonna try to bury him.
Exactly.
It was a fight between him and Nas.
If he would have just ended it the way he did, it would have been like, oh, he's just taking over New York. Right. He made that song about Nas, because the song was about him just getting at a whole bunch of other New York MCs, and he ended it with Ask Nas, he don't want it with Hove, because that's supposed to be because he was just talking about Mobb Deep, and that's supposed to be their homie.
Right.
So now let me ask you guys a question. What about the QB finals?
That was an insane album. That was an insane album.
Kobe Horse, the pussy filler.
Like they really let the Bodyguard rap though. Like, oh, he got a flow. Yeah, come on in, man.
And how can I forget?
He don't just got a flow. He's actually kind of hot. Okay, yeah. We gonna keep that on the track.
Yeah, keep that on the track.
Yeah, we normally delete that after the Bodyguard, drop his verse. But you was all right, bro. Yeah, sign his contract.
Yo, how could I forget Mobb Deep?
Right.
Because in all honesty, just like NWA, they were one-dimensional.
I don't think so. They did a few tracks for the ladies. Hey, love,
That's when they became they tried to go the commercial route. And they had some moderate success going the commercial route, and Jeffrey Watts, I'm sorry, Nas was not his only competition. The thing about Jay-Z is that he is a hit maker. He's not the God MC. He's a hit maker. He makes hot music. He's a good entertainer.
Right.
There's no denying that. But Immortal Technique will wrap circles around Jay-Z.
I
believe it.
Look,
I believe it. Not just Immortal Technique. I would say KRS-One too.
Oh, KRS-One. No, he's not.
No, bruh. KRS-One looks at the Billboard charts every week. And whoever's on the top 10 of the Billboard chart, he writes a rhyme that will end their career just to stay in practice. He's not putting out any albums. That's just what KRS-One does. Like,
all right. So if we go to 2010 up until now, we have Drake off the list. Eminem's off the list. Jay-Z's off the list. Kanye West is off the list.
But we talk about Kanye West. I mean, Kanye West was a far superior producer than he's a rapper.
And you know what? In all honesty, Kanye West is a good rapper. He's not a scrub rapper. He's a good rapper.
Right.
But he is a much better producer. Like the dude is able to actually see music. Like he is literally able to see music.
Not only is he able to see the music, he's able to translate it so you can see it.
Exactly.
That's what I like about it.
Exactly. And that's what that whole 808 and Heartbreaks was about. Because that was a if ever there was a time that somebody needed to sit him down and talk to him, it was 808 and Heartbreaks. Like you know, there wouldn't have been no Dark Twisted Fantasy if somebody would have sat him down and said, "Are you okay, Kanye?"
Like you were speaking to me. I just want to know if you're okay, man.
Now let me throw this one at you, both of you guys. What's your thoughts on Junior Mafia?
Junior Mafia was the clique. You had two MCs in Junior Mafia, which was Little Kim and Little C's.
I mean,
but they were the clique. That was Biggie putting his people on, and that's a beautiful thing. He got his people some money, and all they had to do was push enough units to pay back that advance, and it was good. Okay, Jeffrey Watts says he says Nas was his only competition ever. Yeah. So wait, hold on. Lunatic Fringe says music has evolved in many different ways, and we cannot forget that the R part of rap, as that comes from rhythm and blues. Arguably, yes, but now rap actually comes from the Jamaican tradition of toasting, and the Jamaican tradition of toasting goes back to the griots in Africa, where like at the end of the day, they would bang on their drums and stomp their feet, and somebody would give you the breakdown of what happened during the day. Don wore a blue shirt, Rick wore a orange hat, and Joe sitting over there looking like he a Yankees fan, like he ain't never been to Corona, Queens before. Like
me and Ricky Brown like the Mets. Let's go Mets. Let's do it again.
Right.
Yeah. But so I mean but at the same time, this rap is an American. I mean that's all American. Rap music is all American. You know, there is no denying that, regardless as to where the roots came from. It's all American. So he's right in a sense where he says that our part of rap comes from the rhythm and blues, because you outnumbered, bro. But he's right where he says
don't make me go to the car. I gotta
comes from rhythm and blues. No, wait, but listen, check this out. This is important, guys, because he's right when he says the R part comes from rhythm and blues, because beyond rap we have hip hop. There's rap music, and then there's hip hop. Hip hop is the culture. This is why Mary J. Blige is the queen of hip hop. You know, hip hop is not just rap music. It's the style, it's the fashion, it's the graffiti, it's the dancing, it's the breaking, it's the conglomeration of everything that starts with the foundation of rap music. And you really get that with the R. That's why rap and R&B go so well together. That's why they blend so well together. And then Joe, I think this is what you was talking about, where Jeffrey Watts was like, he was the only person he looked at as competition, is what I'm saying. Jay-Z is a narcissist. He looks down on other rappers.
I don't agree. I disagree. If you pay attention, what? Go ahead.
No, you good, Joe. Go ahead.
I would say.
I felt he looked down. I see you cutting out, bro.
It probably was cutting out. But I was trying to say that Jay-Z put a lot of people on, and he does stuff for almost like 50 Cent, where he kind of understands how to market the person. Push your button, so you're gonna come with your best stuff. Now, beat me, you beat me. This is him regular, not Nas. This dude. This is not Nas. It's not Nas where he's in competition with. Everybody else that he was in a so-called beef with. You said it earlier, Dom, in the last podcast where we were talking about Eminem, how Eminem outshined Jay-Z on his own track.
But that was never Jay-Z's track to begin with. That was a Bad Meets Evil track that Jay-Z bought from Eminem. He actually bought it from Dre and took Royce da 5'9" off and put himself in it.
Think about that situation, because Jay-Z actually understands how this whole situation is going to go. He understands that person is going to be upset. It's going to be publicity to this track right here. So regardless of what I do on the track, if it looks like me and Em are going at it later on, it's going to cause more attention. People are going to go back to it and re-look at it to see how that beef happened.
Yeah, because even Nas took that as Eminem murdered you on your own shit. Like,
right. He understood how it was going to play out. That's what I think people miss about Jay-Z is he constructs stuff behind the scenes and watches it play out. And just sit back
that's what I mean. That's what I mean about him being the smart businessman that he is. He's not really the God MC. He makes hot music. He is a good artist.
That's it.
You know what I mean? That does not make him like he's no place close to my top 5 list as far as MCs are concerned. And that doesn't mean that he can't rap.
No.
That doesn't mean that he can't rap. I mean, the dude check the catalog. You know what I'm saying? But
right. He has a good catalog. It's smooth. There's not a catalog that I've actually listened to. I wasn't like, oh, okay, next. Next.
So definitely. So what are we doing, guys? We're gonna talk about collabos, or what we're gonna do now? I think we should go with the collabos.
My
most
of the people on the top are having big head. Look at 50 Cent. 50 Cent had too.
50 Cent what?
He was smart enough. 50 has a big head too, but he was smart enough to walk away.
Oh, he didn't walk away. He liquidated his assets. He liquidated his assets so that he could file bankruptcy, so that y'all could think that he broke, so that he ain't got to pay child support. But meanwhile, he's coming out with new clothes. He's coming out with new shows. He's coming out like.
Was it vitamin water his?
Huh?
Was it vitamin water his too?
Yeah, he did vitamin water too. Yeah.
Oh no, see, he wasn't BSing when he said I bought water and sold it to Coca-Cola. Like vitamin water is Coca-Cola now because 50 sold it.
Right. That's in his book.
So I mean that was a come up.
Yeah, it was, and you know what the funny thing is? He got that idea of going when he was in the gym and somebody would get him in and he would drink with the vitamins. You know what's missing? Flavor. I should just taste like something other than just plain water. That simple idea, I'm so mad about. So mad about that. That was a simple. That's an extra paycheck.
It is. Now, if we're gonna talk about collabos, I got me a little list here, but it ain't in no particular order. And to be honest with you, it's a last minute list. I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into it, but this is just.
Man, this whole podcast was a last minute shit because we weren't going to talk about this today.
Right. Okay, now with collabos, we talking about groups and individual collabs because I mean you got to give it up to Self-Destruction and We're All in the Same Gang. Like those were two powerful collaborations that got their messages across. And I mean, Self-Destruction had all the East Coast artists on it, and It had a powerful message, and it was funky, you know. And to this day, you got people that know the whole song from beginning to end and don't know every MC on that song. We're all in the same gang. I promise you. I played Hammer's verse. Hammer had the last verse, and we're all in the same gang. I play that for people who did not know Hammer, and they can't believe that that was Hammer because he sounds so gangster. I'm like, the dude's from Oakland. Like, have you ever seen him on stage? He had half of Oakland with him. Like, that's why he went broke. Like,
yeah, he was paying his people. He was taking care of his people.
He tried to save the hood. Like, he literally tried to save the entire hood. He brought the entire hood on stage with him. Like, you ain't got to sell drugs no more. You can dance. You ain't got to sell your body no more. You can play the keyboards. He literally put everybody to work. And that multi-millions that he made ended up going out quick because he was paying his people right. You know, he put money in his people's pockets. So I mean, it's a sad situation because at the end of the day, he still had to pay back his advances. He still had to pay, you know, his studio time. He still had he had all this money that. What else can you do but other than, you know, file Chapter 11? But okay. My list: Touch It, Busta Rhymes. And when I say Touch It, I mean the entire Touch It, because there were 3 versions of that song.
Mega mix.
Yes. Got My Mind Made Up, Tupac, featuring the Dog Pound, Method Man, Redman, and the Lady of Rage and Inspector Deck, a version that you don't hear. You go find it on YouTube. The Flavor in Your Ear remix, Symphony, Swaying King Tex, The Morning Show. I don't remember what the name of that song was, but the song started off with the RZA, dun 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 dun. Had Eminem, had Pharoah Monch, had Exhibit, the song had everybody on it. You the Man, and I think that was on Black Moon's first album. I think that was the last track because it had all of Boot Camp Click on it. And how could I not mention Soundboy Burial? Soundboy Burial. Lot them boy go and get that tonight, Duke, as I retrieve the 2-5 from my 10 boots. Target upon sight, trick upon cock. Adjust your pupils to see a dead boy walk. Oh, my man put the I Got 5 on it remix with True down in E40. I forgot about that. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Straight up and down, I completely forgot about that. And see, he mentioned the symphony. You gotta throw that up there. Yeah. I thought that for a while that verse that Big Daddy Kane dropped on there, like that was the first time I ever heard somebody put Allah in a song, like that I remember. My man said, "Put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself like a game in an arcade. You need a far plate. I'm walking the path that Allah made."
Self-destruction.
Self-destruction.
Let's get it together because we're falling apart. I heard a brother kill another. It broke my heart. I don't understand the difficulty, people. Love your brother. Treat him as your equal. They call us animals. I don't agree with them. I'll prove them wrong, but right is what you're proving them. Take heed before I lead to what I'm saying. We all be on our knees praying. Yo, Heavy D, deep in the heart of the matter. And that was the dude from the Gravediggers because he was in Stetsasonics first. Oh, are y'all paying attention? Now, Heavy D.
But this is for me. This is my collabos. John Blaze with Big Pun, Fat Joe, Nas, Jadakiss, Raekwon. Flavor in Your Ear remix. Lost Boys, Cannabis, Dog Pound. Music Makes Me High.
The remix. Oh God. What did Cannabis say? He said, "Can't nobody else smoke more than my team, 20 pounds of weed and a gallon of Visine." You know what I mean?
And there was another collabo Man from TV, Noriega, Big Pun.
Yes. Thank you. And you know what? Jeffrey threw one out there, Ladies' Night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ladies' Night. And you know what?
I was gonna say that. I was waiting.
If we're gonna go there, we got to go with the Native Tongues, Buddy, the remix.
Right. I'm about to say Buddy System.
Me. Say what?
You got
Tech-9 Worldwide Chopper remix. Tech-9 Worldwide Chopper.
Oh.
That is ugly. That is ugly.
That is ugly. Like they hurt a lot. They hurt a lot of people's feelings with that.
Right.
How about G Dev Special Delivery, the remix. I would never have thought I would ever see a Wu-Tang member on a Bad Boy record.
No. See, you got to understand though. They had squashed. You knew the beef was officially squashed between Wu-Tang and Bad Boy when Puffy did the remix for that LL track. This is for the Lover in You, because the remix had Ghostface on it, and it started off with Puffy. What? We won't stop. We won't stop.
How about All About the Benjamins?
Oh, yes.
Dungeon Family, Trans DF Express.
Oh, wait, what was that other Dungeon Family track? Was it Watch for the Hook? No, that was Cool Breeze by himself.
Cool Breeze by himself.
No, what was that other track that they did? Hold on. I'm having a brain fart. Cause I keep thinking about Watch for the Hook. Man. All right, man.
How about truffle butter?
How about what?
Truffle butter. You know.
I'll remember that one.
Drake and Nicki and Lil Tucci.
We are not talking about Drake in this conversation.
Okay,
I refuse. I refuse. Okay, I refuse.
Oh man.
A lunatic friend says, "Is there any progressive music rap that would go into the classification like progressive rock, like Rush?" Yeah, some of your some of the less respected MCs. I wouldn't put Drake in progressive rap. I would put what's that little dude that came out the closet?
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, that is that.
My beer.
Okay. Look. Say what you want about him, but his music is progressive rap because it's not the typical rap music that you want to hear. You know, it's but you can't deny that it is rap music.
It's
but
rap music. He snuck his way in there though. And then once snuck in there,
look,
he was just like,
no. If we're gonna be talking, we're gonna be talking about him. We're not gonna be talking about sneaking anything in.
Oh
but
hey, I heard he was friends with El Chapo. I'm just saying.
No, he's friends with El Gato. But the thing about progressive rap is that when you use a term like progressive rap, you're not looking down one avenue. You're actually looking at different avenues. Because you can argue that horrorcore, which was something that was that kind of gained its traction in the early 90s, was progressive rap. It was rap progressing into a new market. And I think horrorcore ended with 3 6 Mafia. They did their whole little satanic verses, but you could tell real quick by listening to their music that they were just playing a role, like they weren't really into that. They weren't like flatliners. And then even Gravediggers, who were the notorious horrorcore group. Once you listen to their music, you realize that they're talking metaphorically. They're talking about digging the mentally dead up out of their grave. They're not actually talking about digging a grave and putting you in it. You know what I mean? So there you have something that went progressive, that went in another progressive area, because it was going progressive to be horrorcore, and then it became progressive in another way, whereas they were trying to awaken people in some way, shape, or form. And they did it by putting out a track like 1-800-Suicide, followed by Nowhere to Run to, Nowhere to Hide. Let's see.
Kendrick killed everybody in Big Sean on his own song. Which one did Kendrick Lamar? The one with A$AP Rocky? Is that one with A$AP Rocky or no?
Where he said he was the king of New York. Damn, I just listened to Tech 9 and Andre 3000 on the Carter 4 yesterday. Ooh. Now is that De La Soul? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. Oh, how can we forget about De La Soul? De La Soul is from the soul. Can't deny.
Me, myself, and I.
Oh, my favorite track from De La Soul is "Hey, how you doing? Sorry you can't get through. Just leave your name and your number, and we'll get back to you."
my track was and always will be Saturday. Now it's time. Saturday, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie on the podcast. We had to change the whole subject.
It's all good. I'm enjoying.
I want to make sure you get off the subject. Make sure you guys take a look at my past episode, Sacrament of Marriage. I will post it on YouTube by tomorrow. We'll be up and running on YouTube tomorrow. Please take a look at that episode, because next week we'll be doing a part 2 on it. We're going to have JoeyG and Ricky Brown, and definitely hope to have our female host, Carmine, join us on it as well. That's true. Possibly a few other female hosts would love to come join us on that Sacrament of Marriage. It's not just about marriage. It's about relationships, who you choose to date and all that stuff, and how just listen to my podcast. I said some real shit. I may offend some people, but I don't give a fuck. Okay, back to the collabos. Yes,
TruPlayaz podcast. Somebody walking away with their feelings hurt.
Listen, self-esteem.
He gonna cry in the car, but it's okay. He gonna cry in the car, but it's okay.
My grandmama gave me that chain.
Listen, self-esteem is a motherfucker. All right. Ooh, Jeffrey put Kendrick in his top 5. Your thoughts, guys?
You know what?
I said
that goes
one of the new MCs right now. Yes.
But see that
J. Cole was up there with my list last week.
Well, see, now that goes back to what I was saying earlier in the conversation. My top 5 is kind of all time. When we talk about current artists, we really got to re-examine what's going on in the landscape right now. Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if I put him in the current top 5, but you can make that argument all day, because the dude is a beast. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I'm gonna put Immortal Technique in there, because he's another one where if you were to take his lyrics and just make a Wikipedia page of his lyrics, like literally every third word would be a new hyperlink to go to another page. In order for you to act, like, you actually have to have an education in order to understand what he's actually giving to you, and it's not coded. It's not coded. It's not subliminal. It is right there on the surface. You know, what he say? Oh geez, he did this. He did a song with Diabolic. This is the front line. This is the dead zone. Barely alive. We're in the box. Is how you head home. My lyrics is harder than Adira Gandhi. Nephilim bury him with the bullets left in them. My heart is deeper than the Oh God, I can't remember the lyrics, but like Immortal Techniques, he just raps circles around this whole game. Like, he really does. Yeah, I put him on stage with Kendrick Lamar, he'll eat him up. I'll say that right now. And then that is saying something, because Kendrick is not no weak MC.
Right.
Yeah.
I would actually put on stage. I would put Immortal Technique and Tech 9. Those two
Tech
together.
9. The beauty of Tech 9. The beauty of Tech 9 is that he's a fast rapper that's not a mumble mouth rapper.
Right.
And Jeffrey Watts is right. It's early, but his body of work is undeniable. He's referring to Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Lunatic Fringe says, yeah, Dead Fred 821 knows about my involvement in music. It is different for me, as I do not follow rap that much. And you know what, Chewy, you may not be following rap, but you follow enough in order to hang in this conversation, and that's respectable, because he's done a lot of work with rock artists back in the day. A lot of work. But it's
But
I mean, at this point,
how many of those rock artists translate or feel rap music and expressed it? Because I know you're close to the scene. That's why I just want to know. I'm curious.
That's a good question.
We just get a taste. We get a taste of like a collabo like Rum DMC and Aerosmith, and then maybe later on we got Nelly, and I forgot the dude that he did a country song with.
I think about it over and over again.
Correct. Coke 45 or something like that. But yeah, Colt. I'm sorry, Colt 45.
But you know what though? At the same time, you have those rock bands who actually do rap music, and I don't look. I'm not talking about that Limp Bizkit, but that I'm not talking about that heavy metal rap. I'm talking about like Papa Roach. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
Yeah, I got you. Linkin Park.
And look, he said, he brought up Anthrax again. And see, I was hesitant to even say anything about Anthrax, because you can't deny that what they was doing was rap. You really can't deny it.
Right. Didn't Jason who did Jason do Numb with? Was it with Linkin Park?
He did a whole album with Linkin Park.
And then Nas, Busta Rhymes did it with who? Who did Busta Rhymes did a song with?
Busta Rhymes did a song with Linkin Park.
Oh, also Linkin Park. Okay.
But see, Linkin Park was already Linkin Park was a rock group that included a rapper in the group.
But
so
they're more alternative though. They're alternative.
See, that's what they were considered, alternative rock.
Right.
because it's not your standard rock. I mean, that's really all that alternative means. It doesn't mean that and in the words of Kid Rock, it doesn't mean you're bouncing around on stage like a bunch of wounded ducks.
Right.
And I think that was shots fired at Korn. I'm not sure, but that I might be getting a little off subject here, but okay, but I mean, think about Kid
One
Rock.
of the original Beastie Boys.
The original Beastie Boys, they were a rock group.
He was the original Beastie Boys. Kid Rock was one of the original Beastie Boys.
How could you forget about Beastie Boys?
No sleep till. And shout out to Aquarium Cop, brother. Live on, never rest. We lost a member of the Fish family on Sunday, guys. I don't know if I told y'all.
Yeah, yes. I seen the video and condolences to the family.
Yeah.
I didn't know he passed. Condolences.
Okay, no, okay. It's not that the Beastie Boys were rock rap. The Beastie Boys were originally a rock band that decided to rap.
Right.
They were a rock band that decided to rap. And as time progressed, they became more and more formidable rappers than they were rockers.
They followed the culture for a long time.
No. They became a part of the culture. They didn't just follow it. And the most beautiful part about
it. They were in scenes.
And the most beautiful part about it is they did it by being themselves. They never were trying to be down. Right. Listen to No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Our manager's crazy. He always smokes dust. He's got his own room at the back of the bus, trashing hotels like it's going out of stuff. Like they were rock stars. They were literally rock stars that decided to rap, and they loved it. And you could just feel that energy with them.
Jeffrey Watts mentioned, how could we forget third base? MC Serge, Pete Nice. How could we forget about that?
Gas Pass has made Facely. Third Basal Express, KMD. 3 blind mics on side. Zeb Lover gave it the first light. Friend shows a trick up their sleeve. What a tangle web they weave.
Pete Nice with the suit and the cane and shit, walk with the lip
and the cigar.
But I love that he listened to MC Serge, because MC Serge told a story on YouTube that I remember that he was this on MC Hammer.
What do we think about Hammer?
Ooh. He came to California. When he came to California.
You mean Oakland came to see them in California?
Right.
Like, we in Southern California. Why is everybody wearing blue? So search, run.
Oh man. People thought MC had with the baggy pants and shit like that was just a dancing fool, but he had the crew with him. When dudes in the West Coast talk about that dude had a crew with him, it was real.
It wasn't just dudes of the West Coast. It wasn't. Listen, when I heard Redman say, when I heard
yes, sir, Mr. Hammer.
You're Mr. Hammer.
Redman said Hammer pulled him up and says, "Look, I'm old school, man. I don't be playing with that talking about my mama." Yes, sir, Mr. Hammer. Yes, sir.
Oh gosh. The Hammer was so tough. Suge Knight wouldn't fuck with him.
No,
Suge Knight tried to be his best friend.
Suge Knight, Hammer was so tough that Suge Knight signed him and left him alone. like yeah, go ahead, take the advance, man. You good, man. You good.
Word, you gonna do that movie?
Oh my goodness.
Word, you're doing Addams Family. That's what's up.
But who else we're missing, guys? Who else we're missing?
That was actually a funny song too, by the way.
The Adams too, legit. The Adams shoes.
Wait,
I mean,
The Adams family.
how about having pumps to the bump?
Like girl with the rumps to the bump.
He still try to dance to that shit. You try to be hardcore but dancing.
Bro, you'd be dancing too if you had all of that around you.
Oh.
All those pumps and bumps.
If they did a cameo with Vanilla Ice, I would. He already stole the pants.
All right, stop. While I tie up my laces. This type of thing happens every show. I need to learn how to tie a bow.
When are you gonna learn? Maybe never.
I'll become richer with every endeavor.
So before
and you know,
go ahead, Dom. Before we end the podcast, which other group are we missing? I feel like we're missing another group here, guys.
From the collab, from the groups.
Collab and the Presidents.
Dead Prez?
Yeah,
oh, the song Dead Presidents.
Isn't that a group?
Dead Prez is the group from out of Florida. It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop. 1 2 1 2. Come on now, Drake stole their whole style. One thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain. White folks say control your brain. I know better than that. That's game, but we head of that. 2 soldiers head of the pack. Matter of fact, who got the gat and where my army at? Rather attack and not be whacked. Who shot Biggie Smalls? I'm ready to kill.
Rich Boy, throw some D's on it. Yeah, how could I forget about that?
Oh yeah.
That was with Andre 3000 was in that shit too. Yep.
Yeah. And what was that? What was that T.I. track? I like my beats real low, where my top laid back.
Down low. I would just.
You don't remember that track, though?
There's been a song from Tia that stuck in my head other than he did the track. He did Try Me. Made his verse on Try Me. And had his little crew on Try Me remix with him.
You got to remember Hurt.
I remember Hurt, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't there thing changed. Like that thing straight up under my shirt. Run them on when you hang a bang. This is all for the game until somebody get hurt.
Listen, one of my favorite TIs was Swagger Like Us.
Swagger Like Us.
Say it to my face. Still bankroll, yeah, almost caught a case. It's the remix, so man, it's fresh. Dropping face, I said up 28 inches, got me sitting so high.
Yeah, that was the T.I. track. I remember the remix. Yeah. Oh. And if we're gonna go down south, there's a fine line between love and hate. See. Can't contemplate, baby. I'm on it. I'm taking it way back. Was that Southern Player Catalyst?
Swagger didn't age well. He's absolutely right. Swagger did not.
Shoot, by the end of the year, it was hurt. It was painful to listen to.
And
what? Oh God, what was that? What was that dumb song? I don't even know who sang the song. It was another Dr. Seuss song. I got a walk it in my pocket. Walk it in my pocket. Like
walk it in my pocket. Walk it.
It wasn't Waka Flocka Flame that sang it. I know that for a fact.
Can we just move on from that?
Can't we?
Makes me wonder why motherfuckers get record deals and shit.
Listen,
let me tell you something. Designer, I thought he was from the South. So he got broads in Atlanta. Got cars in, I didn't know what they were saying, but all the only thing I understood was he got broads in Atlanta. Realized this motherfucker's from Brooklyn.
What?
Yeah. He's from Brooklyn. I found that out on Black Ink Crew. The series on VH1.
Migos is cool, but I can't listen to them all the time.
I can't listen to them, period.
I can't listen to them all the time. I actually got used to them because my wife's son listened to them a lot, and it was after a while we're just like, that's kind of catchy. It's one of those love-hate relations. One of those love-hate relationships. But after a while, it was good, and I just roll with it. That's what brought me into this whole new genre.
Trap music is very catchy.
It's
is
catchy.
It is. Snoop said it fast. He's like, you be sitting there, next thing you know, you caught up and Snoop said, man, they had me in the studio doing that dumb shit. Man, cut that music off.
Oh man. Oh, I got you another collabo. Black and Yellow remix.
Oh.
Black and Yellow remix. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm be honest, I'm not a big fan of Wiz Khalifa.
He was saying that was his song. What's the one? Walk like I talk.
Oh, walk it like I talk it. Okay, see, it's okay. There's a Dr. Seuss. There's a Dr. Seuss book that's called "Walk It in My Pocket." Okay, so every time I heard that song, it was like "Walk it in my pocket, walk it in my pocket." I gotta walk it in my pocket.
Listen. Tell Migos let Cardi B do all the rapping. They'll make more money that way.
Did they break up or something? Okay. I don't know.
Oh, they made up.
Why? Oh, for the kids. Never mind.
Offset was like that big ass Dominican guy. Would you? He was gonna fight tooth and nail to keep that big ass in his life. So I'll be the first to try to slide up in that shit quick. I don't give a fuck, yo. She like to sit on things, so I would like to be the one she sits on, you know. But he got all the. We're digressing from the podcast. My bad. This is what we're doing. TruPlayaz back. Same subject.
Yeah, she. Speaking of collabo, she said, "Beat it up, nigga. Catch a charge, extra large." I'm like, I don't listen to your music, but Daddy likes. Go ahead.
That voice, she'd be like, "Yes, please come."
I swore she was from Brooklyn, but she's from the Bronx. Like it's just that New Yorican thing.
He was laughing so hard we lost him. Oh my goodness. This has been one podcast for the ages, man. I tell you. We were supposed to talk about Hobies on the low, trying to get with your girl, man. We ended up talking about top 5 rap collabos and shit. Yeah. Where's JoeyG? There he goes. What happened, Joey? It was funny. It was so funny. You lost the connection and everything.
Yo, my connection lost it. My connection was like, yo, that's hilarious. We good.
Listen,
my connection was laughing. All I seen was circles on the screen. It was 3 circles on the screen. I was like, oh damn.
Ain't she plugged in? You got a plug-in connection or just or what? You going Wi-Fi?
Right now it's Wi-Fi. I have the gaming computer that I built. It has a Ethernet connection right now.
Yo, like you taking it back to Kung Fu Theater on Fox 5 on Saturday mornings, man.
Hey, I'm to.
I hear you. I see you moving, but you're not talking.
I hear you talking, but your mouth's not moving.
You bastard! You killed my teacher. You poisoned his egg rolls. I will get revenge.
Hey, you know I'm good at this shit. What to know?
Listen, Lunatic Fringe says Anthrax also has 3 different vocalists. He wants to know who wanted to get your opinion, Ricky Brown.
I only know about 2. See, I got to look that up. Oh, look, I Google anthrax. Anthrax is an infection caused by bacterium. Like, I admit I gotta look it up, right? I admit I gotta look it up.
Joey, listen, Joey G had, I don't know how many beers. I had 2 nips already, which I'm trying to stay away from drinking a 3rd nip. And Ricky Brown got his spliff. So what's going on TruPlayaz podcast right now is all fun and love right now. We love you guys.
Listen, I'm on my 4th. I'm good.
Yeah, 4th beer. See, I'm trying to get. You see this? On my last nip. I'm trying to get this last little drop out of my nip right now. The last drop. Before I retire completely.
Let it go.
I'm trying to refrain from opening up a 3rd nip. I'm trying to refrain from that.
Quitter.
I gotta get. Yo, listen. I gotta get up early tomorrow to be a day walker. Okay, so I gotta make sure my mind is straight, so I can get the blood. The day walker. I'm the day walker. No, to give people life, I gotta take their blood. So, yes, sir. So it's been a pleasurable podcast. Anyone else wants to say anything else before we end the podcast? So we went from Can't Trust Your Homies with Your Girl to top 5 top rap groups to collabo. We did intend to do this episode a little later on, but circumstances has happened. One of the hosts that was supposed to be the main highlight of the Can't Trust Your Girl with Your Homies, or Can't Trust Your Homies with Your Girls, did not make it to the podcast.
Yeah, I think Jeffrey wants to be in on the next conversation. Dirty Mac, and I keep my girls away from them dudes. Not because my girl doing something. I don't handle disrespect well.
I am not mad at that.
Listen. We all know when it comes to good pussy, there's no loyalty amongst men.
Well, look. What was my reaction when you mentioned what the next topic was going to be? What was my reaction? I just started singing Biggie. Somebody got to die. If I go, you got to go. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow.
No. On the real. Listen. Joey Belladonna and John Bush. There was another one too. Seen that?
Yeah, but who was the third one?
Yeah.
Is that the Scott something? Oh, Wikipedia. My old savior.
But let me ask you guys a question.
Darkness, my old friend.
It's Wikipedia again.
let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys a question because we get ready to wrap the podcast. But on to you can't trust your homies around your girl. When is it okay to deal with a girl which your homie had tapped? Just tapped. That's what it was. It wasn't a dating. It just smash it.
After a conversation with the homie.
So that has a conversation with the homie.
Yeah.
Even if it's after a decade.
Look, I don't care how long ago it was that she was with you. I'm gonna talk to you and let you know what's going on, because we ain't gonna be no surprises up in Red Lobster, okay? You're not messing up my cheesy biscuit. You're not messing up my cheesy biscuit.
Let me explain something to you, my homies. You guys are my brothers. We don't share the same yard. We have some few of our homies who do share the yard with some other people. You know, they've been around the same block, around the same chick, all doing the same shit. We all know who we're talking about, right? Joey G. So that's it.
Oh, wait a minute.
We know about that shit. And homeboy, we had a exactly.
Hold on. Joey Belladonna's out. I thought he was still doing his thing. It's Jonathan Donius. Yeah, no, I finally got through Wikipedia. My bad.
What is up? What is up to Leo guys? Always gotta mention you. After you a Leo, this Leo that. Hey, I don't give a rat's ass about goddamn Leo.
Hey,
come on, man.
Hell, come on now. I'm 821. Calm down.
Listen. If I was so goddamn stubborn, I would have been a Leo too. I understand that, but come on, let's keep it down a little bit, guys. I'm a Leo. Don't be that goddamn shit. Come on, man. Stop believing the zodiacs and believe in yourself and believe in the God and believe in the Lord. I think it's the damn nips that's talking through me. But you guys can't swim.
I can swim. But
listen.
Listen. And hold up. There's no lions in the jungle. A lion is an animal that roams the plains, and he roams the flatlands. The jungle is that part of the forest that you can't get through. That's why tigers have stripes, so that they blend in with all those trees and all that foliage, and you can't see them coming when they're moving past those trees.
Listen.
He said I walked it like I talk.
Let me explain to you about you Leos.
You know he's messing with you now, right?
You're messing around, but let me explain something about you Leos too. There is another king of the water. Remember, land sits on water, and land and water has never lost. Ask Noah's Ark. I'm a Cancer.
You're talking about Aquarius.
No.
Neil Turbin was the original king.
He's a king wherever. Okay. Last time I see the cat, last time I threw a cat in the water, she tried to jump out the water so fast.
Last time I threw a cat in the water, it tried to slash my throat.
So it's all fun, guys. It's all fun, guys. You know, my father was a Leo, so
but you want to see a cat that dominates the water? You're talking about the tiger.
Yeah.
A tiger will actually drown its prey.
What a fish! He said, "What a fish." You realize, in order for you to have a land, you sit on the water. Water has never lost to the land.
D'Angelo.
We just mess with you. Bro. I got love for you.
Greg D'Angelo.
But Jeffrey, you probably want to join that conversation. I don't know. We gonna do that next week? Oh no, we doing that Sacrament of Marriage next week, right?
Sacrament of Marriage, and I'm calling all females. Jump on this podcast. Be also this podcast. I'm calling you guys out. Stop being scared. Stop being Facebook posting gangsters and jump on this podcast. All right.
Facebook finger warriors.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me touch it, brother.
Let me tell you something. Let me say something.
What you know, Mean Gene?
What you know, Mean Gene?
go around and say all these men.
Oh, hold on, we coming for you. Oh.
Listen, I'm ready. I'll be the Booker T of that podcast. So we coming for you, brother. We can wait for all you sisters out there. I'm coming for you, baby. Come on the podcast. And of course,
man said 5 times.
It's all love for the females. I just want a female perspective of the podcast on a consistent basis. That's all I ask. So it's not so male dominated. You know what I'm saying? That's all we want. Whoever wants to take the challenge of being that female co-host every week, right, either Thursday or Friday, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on my TruPlayaz podcast page, which is www.facebook.com/TruPlayaz Dom, TruPlayaz DOM. Like the page. Inbox me. We can do this podcast with you lovely females, and we'll have some fun and have real true life dialogue without no attacking each other, things like that. But real conversation that has been feared to be spoken about.
Man. Hell yeah.
And the men, and I'm gonna tell you, females, right now, the man is not always wrong. The man ain't got time to talk about what you did wrong. You let the shit simple. We ain't going back and forth with you about what you did wrong. So you'll deny that you cut us off. The minute you cut us off, that means you're denying it. So whatever, it's whatever, right? Right, guys? I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
That's what they say too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what they say too.
But you know what? That's what I'm saying.
The point that she just start talking, you be like,
why you not saying nothing?
See, when this conversation gets like double.
Babe, I'm leaving. Going to strip club.
Hey.
My man went Al Bundy, took it back to the nudie bar.
Listen, let me tell you something. You guys know how I love the strip club. I've been a strip club legend since I was 18 years old. I was prophesying podcast because it all started with him and the fellas going to Wiggles on Queens Boulevard. All underage motherfuckers.
Did you say Wiggles or Giggles?
Wiggles.
Okay.
As props, me and him were there when Naked City got raided. Me and him were together when that shit got raided. Over there by our store. Shit, we were there together. We had to run out the back door. So we were both underage. Both underage.
He said it wasn't me.
Listen, it's great time. Strip clubs. Oh, I should do a podcast episode on strip club adventures, man. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Listen,
legends. Stuff was made legends, man. What
listen.
Whether it was Joey G with me, was it Ricky Brown? I mean, was it Prophecy that was with me? And one of our dear old friends,
cool it out. Got to cool it down. Ooh, watch out.
You're gonna fall in love.
How about that spot on Fifth Avenue? God rest his soul. God rest that shit. But
Dom, you got real low.
I did?
Yeah.
See,
you got a feedback issue.
Yeah. I got so high off the damn strip club passive, right? So it's great times. Meanwhile, I was bringing all that strip club action. I even bought my cousin Captain Haiti, Young Kua, Achman Young Kua,
Anthrax, Lunatic Fringe,
Guar. Yeah, somehow I can, Chewy. So somehow I can Lunatic Fringe. You know what this is gonna sound stupid, but I always wanted Kiss to try to rap. I don't know why.
You know what? You know what's funny when you say that? It almost makes sense because the dude is a genius. I'm pretty sure he could have figured it out.
Who are you talking about? Simmons?
Yeah, Simmons. He's a genius. He could have probably figured it out, and it would have been epic. Was it Gene Simmons?
Kiss,
Kiss. Yep. But now, the story of Guar. God, now you want to talk about a band that had a revolving door. Oh my God. Who would I collaborate Kiss with? Jadakiss. Eddie did the Jadakiss laugh. But no. You know what though? It would have to be someone who's old school but still capable of being current. So with that in mind, like that really limits it down to like your LLs and your Jay-Z's and I mean even how about Big Daddy Kane?
I wouldn't say Jay-Z and I wouldn't say LL.
No, I said like.
You can't
okay.
about the smooth
Big Daddy Kane would probably be a possibility.
That sounds so smooth.
Big Daddy Kane would probably be no, not Nelly.
No, because Nelly will go full Kiss, and you don't go full Kiss. Like Nelly will be out there in the makeup with a wig. Like no.
I was just trying to make money. No, sit down, Nelly. Sit down.
Listen. You have that Cat Williams meme with the foot.
I met Warren in 1989. The host of the Vault of Metal was their stage manager. I did monitors for them. Okay. Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, which incarnation of them? Because, like, you want to talk about a revolving door. I think they've had.
I think he's doing a little bit of testing right now.
Oh.
I think he's doing a little bit of testing. He sleeps on the knowledge you possess, my friend.
Oh no. We've had some deep conversations. In fact, we've been in the chat having our own conversations while everybody else is talking fish. Yeah. That's me and him. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Because I was driving doing my medicals, doing my blood draws yesterday before I went to work, and I was listening to Boomer and Gio, and someone called about the tilapia. Their role is to clean up all the fecal matter in the sea and all that stuff. It's not good to eat.
Tilapia, a freshwater fish.
And then it became a whole conversation about tilapia is a nasty fish, shouldn't eat, is an ugly fish, all that stuff. I don't know. These people say
fish are carnivores. They'll eat whatever they can put in their mouth. Period.
Yeah. And if they don't, they'll spit it back out.
Yep.
And remember, don't piss in the water. It'll survive your poop into it.
Listen.
Rocky time period with Paul Stamp. Oh, okay.
Walking Paul. No more watching Walker Talk for you.
It's the rundown. That was from the rundown.
Oh yeah, you're right. The one,
Very beautiful Rosario.
Look, it was The Rock in the woods with a white sidekick. It's the same movie.
He was doing the same thing.
The Rock and Stifler. The truth be told, I was Rock and Stifler. All right.
Doing the same damn thing.
And you know what? I finally seen a movie where that dude, what was his name, Sean William Scott, he finally broke the typecasting where he was no longer a Stifler character. He was actually like a serial killer. And he was like a school guidance counselor, and he was killing these kids' parents that was messing up their lives. And yeah. Good movie. He finally left the Stifler stage.
Lethal Weapon series.
Isn't that something to be typecast and shit like that?
Typecast. I think the other one, I haven't seen that one, but I think when the change for me was when he was Lethal Weapon.
All right, Jeff.
All right, Jeff, have a good night.
On Fox 5.
On Fox Force 5?
No, Fox Now, I think it was.
Let me ask you a question. Lethal Weapon. Typecasting?
No, I said you were talking about that actor, and I was saying he was on Lethal Weapon on Fox 5. He actually played a good role.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that there was a Lethal Weapon show.
I thought you were talking about the movie.
The TV has been out of the room since 2005, so like that's 15 years. 15 years of no TV. I've been so happy.
That's it. That's the internet. A whole new world.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm kind of mad that TV's trying to invade my internet. Like all these Hulus and Netflixes are like, yeah, get out of here.
Right.
I got my YouTubes. I'm good.
Listen, I'm mad when YouTube started having commercials.
Let me ask you guys one question before we sign off.
Skip.
I would love to do a podcast on typecasting. Now, do you think Omari Hardwick left James St. Patrick before he was typecast as Ghost? Or do you think he's Ghost now? Anytime I've seen Omari Hardwick.
Omari Hardwick is a good actor, and
I've only seen his work 2 times other than him playing Ghost. One he was very young, and another he was I think he might have been playing Ghost. I wanted to say he was in a movie with Megan Good or something like that. But neither one of those characters resembled Ghost in any way, shape, or form. Neither one of them.
He was on Gridiron Gang.
Was he?
Yeah. He got shot down. He got shot and killed by the police. He came and shot the kid.
Oh, wow, that was him.
He was evil. It's like, wow.
Okay.
You gotta watch Good movie.
Yeah, no, I'm about to watch it again. Like,
good movie.
I'm about to say, I think that's you now.
Dom, put your hand back on the thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you getting feedback.
Bruh,
You are conducting feedback.
Bruh, it's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
You can feel it.
I think it's just this camera. I'm about to go back to Logitech cameras and see.
What camera you got right now?
So that shit is 1080p though.
But it's not Styles P.
It's not Styles P. I get high. I get high.
I don't know what it is, but it's not. I don't speak Russian. I'm just saying. It's a camera.
I said it's Amazon brand cam.
An Amazon brand. Hold up.
Oh, brand cam.
Who makes your laptop? eBay. Wait a minute. What?
this podcast, I will be on eBay.
Out of phase grounding problem. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I agree with that totally.
Oh, you read that.
Hey.
Like, Joe got some electrical engine there. Okay.
I do, but I just seen that on the screen. I got some electrical engineering skills. I just don't use them.
All right, guys. All right, everyone. We're about to call it a night with this podcast. I do thank you guys for being patient with us with the change of subject at the last minute. Any final words from you two, from my brothers Ricky Brown, JoeyG?
As always, I ask if anybody out there knows that anybody suffering from any form of mental illness, please reach out, because you never know what difference that reaching out can make. And always remember that winners aren't people that never fail, but people that never quit. So don't dare quit and don't dare give up, especially not on yourselves. And in memory of Aquarium Cop, if you know anybody out there that you love, tell them, because ain't none of us promised tomorrow.
See y'all next time. That was too much. That was too much.
It's not too much.
Once again, everybody, I want to thank you for joining us on the podcast. Like I said, last minute change of topic, last minute change of everything. But I'm glad you guys stuck through us for this hour and 45 minutes plus. Definitely listen to the podcast on JoeyG Radio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, SoundCloud, and also on Amazon Video. We're TruPlayaz podcast is also on that. And also, definitely check out my post on Anchor for the Sacrament of Marriage episode. We're going to be touching on that next week, next Friday, preferably. That's going to be a long podcast. It's going to be about 2 hours minimum for that podcast. I'll have my female host on the podcast as well to give a female perspective on that aspect. This is very much needed. I don't want all male opinion and perspective on the sacrament of marriage, because marriage is a union between either man and woman, or man and man, in this day and age, and together as far as the actual marriage situation. And any feedback, comments, complaints, you definitely email me at TruPlayazPodcast@gmail.com, which is TruPlayaz podcast@gmail.com. And before I go, I'm going to ask you guys something. Who calls you that can help you save, receive, protect, and grow your money?
Say what?
Who calls you that can give you the opportunity to grow, save, receive, protect, and grow your money?
Who?
That's
Me?
the question.
Me?
He calls you. The reason why I asked that question, ladies and gentlemen, was as we segue into the financial part of the TruPlayaz podcast, True Money Podcast. We'll talk about that and how it's done very soon. I'll give it another 2-3 weeks while I will do the intro episode of True Money edition of the TruPlayaz podcast. It's your man Big Dom, JoeyG, Ricky Brown, we sign off. Peace.
my nigga Dom. TruPlayaz, let's go. This that TruPlayaz shit. We gon' make it live with Big Dom. How they gon' knock TruPlayaz shit? We gon' take it farther than beyond. This that TruPlayaz shit. We gon' make it live with Big Dom. How they gon' knock TruPlayaz shit? We gon' take it farther than beyond. We ain't holding no punches. TruPlayaz, we live, homie, no frontin'. Always talk about something. Zone taking over, you know that the wait is over. That in your face commentary is fire in the show up. We talk about sports, finance, and relationships. TruPlayaz. Commentary is fire in the show.